Have you ever had one of those mornings where your body just doesn't feel like your body anymore? Maybe your knees creak when you stand up, or your balance wobbles when you take a step. Simple things, like climbing a flight of stairs, carrying a bag of groceries, or even bending down to tie your shoes, feel heavier, harder, slower than they used to. If you're nodding along right now, you're not alone. Aging can sneak up on us, and it's frustrating to feel like time is stealing the strength and energy we once took for granted. But here's the question. What if I told you that even at 70, 80, or beyond, you could feel 30 years younger? Not in some magical overnight way, but with just 3 minutes a day. No gimmicks, no expensive gadgets. Just a handful of simple habits that can turn back the clock on how your body feels. I'm not promising you'll wake up looking like you're 20 again. Let's be real, that's not what this is about. This is about waking up with less stiffness, walking with more confidence, and rediscovering that sense of control over your own body that so many of us feel slipping away with age. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 powerful daily practices. Each one takes 3 minutes or less, and together, they've helped countless people. People just like you, regain strength, energy, and joy in their bodies. These aren't complicated routines or fitness fads. They're small, intentional steps you can start today, right where you are, with no special equipment. Before we dive in, let me be clear. This isn't a quick fix. It's not about chasing youth or pretending age doesn't exist. It's about honoring the years you have ahead by giving your body what it needs to keep going strong. Stick with me until the end, because each step builds on the last. By the time we get to number 5, you might just realize that growing older doesn't have to mean growing weaker. In fact, you might feel better than you did 20 years ago. Ready? Let's get started. Step 1. Morning joint activation. Number 1. Morning joint activation. If you wake up feeling stiff, like your body's rusted shut after a night of sleep, this one's for you. Here's the thing, that stiffness isn't just about weak muscles or getting old. It's about your joints. After hours of lying still, the fluid around your hips, knees, and shoulders thickens up, almost like syrup on a cold morning. When you hop out of bed without warming things up, it's no surprise your knees ache, your back tightens, or your steps feel shaky. But there's a fix. A simple, 3-minute ritual you can do before your feet even hit the floor. Here's how it works. Sit on the edge of your bed. Start with your ankles. Rotate them slowly, 10 times in each direction. Feel the movement waking them up. Then move to your knees, bend and straighten them gently, or draw little circles in the air with your feet. Next, twist your torso side to side, just enough to loosen your spine. Finish with shoulder rolls, forward and back, and a few slow neck turns. That's it. No yoga mats, no gym clothes, just you and 3 minutes. What's happening here? You're circulating that joint fluid, helping everything glide smoothly again. It's like oiling a hinge. It stops the creaking and grinding so many of us wake up with. I know it sounds too simple to matter, but trust me, it's the difference between shuffling out of bed and stepping into your day with confidence. There's more to it too. These little movements don't just wake up your joints, they wake up your brain. For folks in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, this is huge. Your balance, coordination, even your mood, all depend on how your nervous system fires up after rest. By priming your joints, you're sending a signal, we're ready to move. I knew a man named Edward, 81 years old, who started doing this every morning. Before, he couldn't get out of bed without his daughter's help. After 2 weeks, he was not only standing on his own, he was making breakfast for his wife again. That's the power of 3 mindful minutes. The goal here isn't flexibility tricks like touching your toes. It's about feeling steady on your feet and cutting the risk of falls or joint strain. Every fall you prevent is a year of independence preserved. So if you've been skipping movement because it feels tiring or you think you're too old, hear this. Your body isn't breaking from use, it's breaking from neglect. A few minutes of motion is like oil for the engine. It keeps everything running smoothly. Let's move to step 2. Step 2. Deep breathing reset. Number 2. Deep breathing reset. Did you know your energy doesn't just come from coffee or a good night's sleep? It comes from oxygen, and how you breathe in those first few minutes of the day can either recharge you or drain you before you even start. Most of us fall into shallow breathing without realizing it. It's quick, tight, up in the chest, and it tells your body you're stressed, even when you're not. That's why starting your day with 3 minutes of slow, intentional breathing can completely shift how you feel. Here's what to do. Sit somewhere comfortable, your bed, a chair, wherever. Close your eyes if you can. Put your feet flat on the floor and your hands on your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slow and deep, letting your belly rise. Then exhale through your mouth, even slower, like you're letting go of all the tension. Do this for 3 minutes. That's it. No fancy patterns, no holding your breath, just slow and natural. This does more than you'd think. It lowers cortisol, that stress hormone that makes you feel jittery. It steadies your heart rate and calms your nervous system. It's like hitting a reset button before the day's chaos begins. I knew a woman named Linda, 77, who used to wake up with her heart racing every morning. Her doctor couldn't find anything wrong. It wasn't her heart, it was anxiety. She started this breathing reset, and within days, she told me her mornings felt different. Instead of chasing the day, she was leading it. That's a powerful shift. For older adults, this is especially key. As we age, our bodies get more sensitive to stress. A phone call, a worry, even silence can spike adrenaline. But with this practice, you create space between what happens and how you react. You teach your body it doesn't have to jump at everything. That calm, that control, that's where real strength lives. Don't skip this because it sounds too easy. The simplest habits are often the ones we overlook, but they can be profound. By day 5, your mornings might feel less like a race and more like a rhythm. And that rhythm becomes your power. On to step 3. Step 3. Leg activation routine. Number 3. Leg activation routine. There's something almost magical about waking up your legs the right way. Most of us go straight from bed to the kitchen, barely stretching or moving. But your legs are like the roots of a tree. If they're stiff or weak, everything else feels off balance. I've seen it so many times. People struggle with posture, energy, or balance, and it all traces back to how they treat their legs in those first few minutes. Try this. Spend 3 minutes activating your legs each morning. Sit and march in place, lifting your knees one at a time. Then do some gentle toe raises. Lift your heels off the ground 10 times. If you can stand, hold a chair and do slow calf lifts, up on your toes, then down. Keep it easy, keep it controlled. No pain, no strain, just connection. I met a man named Walter, 64, who said his legs felt like heavy weights every morning. He blamed age, arthritis, even his shoes. But after starting this routine, he noticed a change in weeks. His balance improved, and he said his legs actually wanted to move again. That shift came from habit, not pills or gadgets. Why does it work? Blood flow equals energy. When your leg muscles engage, they pull fresh blood through your lower body, supporting strength, joint health, and circulation. For seniors worried about swelling or numbness, this can be a game changer. The goal isn't a workout, it's a wake-up call. Feel your feet on the ground, your calves flexing, your thighs reminding you they're still there. That brain-to-leg connection flips a switch, setting the tone for the day. You don't need a gym or a trainer, just consistency. Strong legs aren't about vanity, they're about freedom. Freedom to walk, carry your own bags, live with dignity. If you haven't given your legs some love lately, tomorrow's the day. 3 minutes can unlock more power than you think. Let's move to step 4. Step 4. Anti-inflammatory breakfast choice. Number 4. Anti-inflammatory breakfast choice. One of the sneakiest enemies of aging is inflammation. It's silent, it doesn't always hurt right away, but it stiffens joints, weakens muscles, and saps your energy. And guess where a lot of it starts? Your plate, especially at breakfast. If you're starting your day with sugary cereal or processed carbs, you're setting yourself up for a sluggish, achy day. But here's the good news. One small swap can make a big difference. Try this. Add an anti-inflammatory food to your breakfast. Wild blueberries are a superstar, full of compounds that fight inflammation and oxidative stress, especially in your joints. Toss a handful into oats, a smoothie, or even eat them plain. They're not fancy. You can grab them frozen at any grocery store. Add some walnuts or a pinch of cinnamon for extra punch. It takes less than a minute to prep. I knew a woman named Elaine, 77, who walked every morning but struggled with knee swelling by evening. She thought it was just age, but her breakfast, sweetened yogurt and white toast, wasn't helping. She switched to oats with blueberries and walnuts. Weeks later, she could walk twice as far without that deep ache. It wasn't magic, it was science. Other options? Turmeric in your tea, chia seeds in a smoothie, or dark greens in an omelet. The method doesn't matter. The habit does. Over time, these choices build a foundation for stronger, more flexible joints. You'll move better, stand taller, recover faster. It's not just about feeling good, it's about moving well. If you're still here, comment number 4 below to let me know. Now, let's wrap up with Step 5. Step 5. Omega-3 from cold water fish. Number 5. Omega-3 from cold water fish. Nature's got a way of giving us what we need if we know where to look. Cold water fish, like salmon, mackerel, or sardines, are like medicine for your muscles, joints, and circulation. As we age, many of us feel heaviness or weakness in our legs. It's not just muscle loss, it's inflammation slowing your blood flow. Omega-3 fatty acids in these fish relax blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and get oxygen-rich blood to your lower body. Try adding fish twice a week, grill some salmon, or open a tin of sardines. If fish isn't your thing, algae oil supplements work too. I knew a man named Walter, 82, who felt like his legs were sandbags on stairs. His circulation was sluggish. After adding salmon to his meals, he said, "My legs don't argue with me anymore, they cooperate." 2 months of consistency made the difference. Cutting back on red meat and processed foods helped too. Less clog, more flow. This isn't about a diet overhaul, just a steady boost of omega-3s. It's simple, affordable, and powerful. Your legs will feel stronger, more alive, ready to move. That's the goal, not just surviving age, but thriving through it. Final thoughts. So, what hit home for you today? Was it the joint warm-up that could ease your mornings? The breathing reset to calm your mind? Maybe the breakfast swap to fight inflammation? Whatever it was, know this: small, consistent steps can lead to big changes. You don't need to overhaul your life or spend a fortune. Just 3 minutes a day with the right habits can make your body feel stronger, steadier, more yours. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring your body and giving it what it needs to keep going. Age doesn't define strength. Habits do. When you feel confident in your steps, everything shifts. You walk taller, move freer, live bolder. That independence, that freedom from worrying about every ache or stumble, is priceless. It's not just physical, it's emotional. Here's my challenge. Pick one step from today. Start tomorrow. 3 minutes, one habit. Watch what happens over a few weeks. Don't just take my word for it. Feel it yourself. Then come back and tell me about it. Leave a comment below with one thing you learned and how you'll use it. Your thoughts fuel us to keep creating content like this. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for being here. I can't wait to hear how these steps change your days. Growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. With a little care, you might just feel better than you did decades ago. See you in the next one.